Hello, cherished Brooklyn. How are you today? I'm so glad you're here. Um, so before we do the psychic tarot weather for the week, by the way, if you can't hear me, uh, we're having a little technical difficulty. Who knows why? So I will project anyway. So a lot of people are feeling, how can I put this? A little confined lately. Don't know why. And I was thinking about an exercise I used to do with a teacher of mine, because in order to do this kind of job, you have to serve a long apprenticeship and study with people and all of that. One exercise he used to use with me when I was feeling like there were no possibilities, I couldn't find a solution to something, there were no opportunities, stuff like that. Um, Here's a little suggestion. What he would do is he would say, imagine you're lying in a field and you're looking up. It's nighttime. That part is important. Being alone is important too, because lying in a field at nighttime when you're not alone can be distracting. Um, so he said, look up at the stars and see how many stars you see, and think, just connect with them, with your heart and your soul and your mind. And he said, I'm going to ask you to sort of suspend disbelief for a minute. So you're looking up into the universe, and you can see stars and planets and nebula and things like those. He said, so that's an infinity. But here's the thing. Behind that or next to it is another infinity, which doesn't make sense from a physics point of view. This is where metaphysics comes in. And imagine that you're aware of that infinite galaxy, infinite universe as well. And then, that's not all. Um, Next to that or beside it, or I'm not quite sure how dimensions work, or I don't know how to put it more. There's another infinity. And he said, what I'd like you to imagine for a minute is that all of those stars were created by science or by something big or by who knows. And you were created. You're here and they're here. And imagine for a moment as you relax and imagine looking up into this infinity of infinity. That because all of those stars and planets and comets, um, they're all they were all created, that we're all one. And that imagine even more for a moment that each of those galactic beings knows who you are in some way. And because the universe is held together by love and math, there's this beautiful cosmic order to everything. The planets are in their orbits. Everything happens as it should be. If you've ever heard recordings of like the sun, or there's an amazing celestial harmony. Like he said, imagine for a moment that all of those stars and planets, and they all know who you are and they love you because we were all created. That we're all part of the same thing. So he said, now feel, as you feel that love and that recognition of you, feel the infinite possibilities, infinite solutions to problems that you maybe can't see solutions to, infinite friendships that are waiting for you, opportunities, um, just fantastic things beyond our ability to even imagine. That because you're part of creation, that this is part of you, and you are in your own way one with all of this, and infinitely more powerful than you can imagine. Your spirit and who you are is utterly unique, utterly necessary, and all of the stuff that we tend to worry about, there are infinite solutions. All we have to do is take a moment and get quiet and breathe and ask. I find that if I ask for what I want, because I've worked so hard on learning to listen and receive, sometimes I'll get an answer immediately. Sometimes the answer will be shown to me over the next couple of days. So I'm going to ask you to do this exercise when you can. It's just lying on your back in a field, or if you can't do that, just lying on your couch and imagining that all of these infinities, all of these stars know who you are and are on your side. Having said that, okay, thank you for listening. Now we're going to do the tarot psychic weather for the week. I'm going to draw 3 cards at random. They're in some sort of New Yorker bag, which they gave me after the New Yorker did a piece on me. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, and then I'm going to get to Amanda. Amanda, can you wait 1 second? I'll be right with you. So, tarot reading for this week. Draw 3 cards. First card is the Magician, which is exactly what I was talking about before. The Magician card. Yep. The Magician card is creating. I'm going to do it this way. The Magician card is part of the magician who's reaching into the infinite, taking ideas and concepts and wishes and dreams and turning them into reality, into beauty, into things that are real. So that corresponds with what we're just talking about. So that is what is available to you. Much more powerful than you think. The second card, which I really like, I don't know, maybe this has to do with stimulus checks, but the second card is the beginning of a new cycle. You get an ace. Aces in tarot, as in poker, are always good. It's a whole new beginning, a step up, and this has to do with money, possessions, earthly things. You see how, like, that hand is coming out of a cloud, and it's bringing coins, and it's bringing things to do with earthly comfort. So the money will be there. It's going to the last card, and I'm just picking these at random. Sorry, I always do this. Has to do with we're juggling 2 realities right now. We're juggling our old normal reality, the new reality that's coming into play, and we're juggling sort of who we were and who we're turning into, which I think is very encouraging. It's not going to be an easy ride back into regular life, and we all have to keep wearing masks and being careful, but we are going to. And I was hoping that Amanda in Florida is still with us. I'm not in.
I am.
Oh, you angel, you. Okay, so how can I help you in the last couple minutes we have? It would make me very happy. 4 minutes.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can totally hear you. Everything's good.
Okay. So I am actually currently having a relationship issue.
From what
is that
relationship?
Something? Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, you are. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I am.
Yeah. Tell me your birthday.
It's 8/22/91.
Oh, you're just on the cusp between Leo and Virgo. Oh dear.
You're seeing something with Leo and Virgo?
What's that?
You said you're seeing something with Leo and Virgo?
No, I just said well, here's what I get. this feels like this feels like somebody that you trusted and somebody you. It feels like he vanished or something, or you don't. I mean, normally in breakups, you can kind of either you saw it coming or you understood, but this feels like he just suddenly went click and like, or she, or a llama, whatever your preference
Right.
is. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. He just kind of went distant and just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't present. He's just not the same.
Okay, hold on.
So he did leave.
And where has he been during quarantine?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where has he been in quarantine?
He's been half of it. It was with me. The other half was he's at his mom.
Um, there's something that he's ashamed to tell you. And by the way, um, if we don't get time to finish this, go to my Facebook page, Peri Lyons,
Okay.
Peri, and I will give you 15 minutes of a free reading. Um,
Okay.
Now, he might have, what I'm a little worried about is he might have reconnected with an ex.
Okay.
If he's done that, it's a fantasy, because if he did it in social media, who she is not who she's representing. So that'll be over, but he'll feel really guilty. I think he's distracted either by flirting with somebody else. I'm sorry to say that, but if he does, forget it. It means nothing. The only other thing I can think of is that he might be distracted. Did he have any kind of substance abuse problem in the past?
No, he hasn't. I'm
Okay.
actually talking to, I heard you say Virgo. I'm actually talking to a guy who is a Virgo right now, and he does. So I don't know if that could be what that is.
No, I think he feels guilty because he's been kind of having a flirty thing with somebody else. Hasn't seen her in person, or him, or whatever.
Okay.
This is temporary. This too will pass, as the wise men once said. And what I would do is not reproach him with it. I'm not saying don't give him consequences. You can say, "Hey, that hurt my feelings. I missed you." But he'll come back of his own accord, probably in about 2 weeks and 2 days. And but you want to take into account in your further relationship: is this the kind of behavior you want in somebody?